आपदामपहर्तारं धातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। रामं लक्ष्मणपूर्वजं रघुवरं सीतापतिं सुन्दरं आर्णवं गुणनिधिं विप्रप्रियं धार्मिकं राजेन्द्रं सत्यसन्धं दशरथतनयं श्यामलं शान्तमूर्तिं वन्दे लोकाभिरामं रघुकुलतिलकं राघवं रावणारिम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायां पतये नमः। श्रीराम राम रघुनन्दन राम राम श्रीराम राम भरताग्रज राम राम श्रीराम राम रणकर्कश राम राम श्रीराम राम शरणं भव राम राम। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने। धन्य राम कथा श्रुतौ तु हनुमान् वाल्मीकाभो कीर्तने सीता संस्मरणे तथैव भरता श्रीपादुकसेवने अर्चनं शबरी प्रणामकरणे लङ्कादीपो लक्ष्मणदास्ये सख्यकृते अर्कजा तनुकृता त्राणे जटायुर्नव. Next session of the Navavida Bhakti. Sorry for late start. Yeah. So of this Navavida Bhaktis, we have spent last days remembering the glories of great personalities, right from Hanuman, Valmiki Muni, and Sita Devi, and then after that Smaranam, yeah, Chinam, and then comes Pada Sevanam Bharata. Yeah. So in that way we covered. Yesterday we discussed about the glories of Dasyam. This process of Dasyam is very, very important. Yeah. Through which we can understand that it's not a cheap thing to 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 gain the wealth. When the Lord is Bhagavan, who is unlimitedly rich, how can we win him? Yeah, and it is through devotion. Yesterday we were discussing that as part of Lakshman, how he continuously he kept on conquering the Lord by his great service and made him very, very dear for him. Yeah. So in that way, today we'll talk about Sakhyam. Yeah. So in establishing relationship with the Lord, there are 5 ways of one who can do that. One is the Shantarasa. Yeah, then comes Dasyaras, then Sakhyaras. After that comes Vatsalyaras, and then Madhuryaras. So one can render the loving service of the Lord to the Lord in this one of these 5 ways. In that, yesterday we were discussing about the prominence of Dasyaras. How can one always engage in the service of the Lord? And then there is the next, which is Sakhyaras. The classic of that, we see that Lord Krishna had so many friends, and everyone were in a friendly mood and serving the Lord in that friendly relationship with the Lord. And Arjuna is one, and then there is Madhu Mangal, yeah, and there's Sudama, Sridhama, so many. So where Lord is very open in his dealing in this mode of friendship. Yeah. At the same time, it's not just only joking on each other, but it's also when there is a time of need, the friend stands next to in against all calamities. It is said that the friend is there not only in the time of happiness to share the happy moments, but also is there to support the friend in the time of hardships. Yeah. So let's get into Ramakatha and where let's take Sugriva. Yeah. So Sugriva, who Lord, yeah, has established a friend relationship with him. Yeah. To know that, we also have to understand what was the circumstance that Sugriv was going through. Yeah. So that I think Gaurav Prabhu, you I think are currently speaking Kishkinda Kanda in your Ramayana sessions. You may know very detailedly, but what I'll do is I'll just kind of skim through the overall in a brief sense to appreciate the greatness of Lord Ram and also to understand the circumstances when this friendship got tied. Hmm. This is the time where Kabandha said, "Go and seek support of Shabari, who can help you to guide you to Vanara." Yeah. So then, after Shabari served the Lord when she left, and then Ram and Lakshman they were going along the guidance that Shabari has given and reached the proximity of Rishimukha Parvata. This Rishimukha mountain is in a way a blessing to Sugriv because that is the only place where he can still stay alive. Otherwise, there is no place literally available for him other than the place of yeah after death. So even Sugriv out of this situation uh, is in a very panic stricken mode where it was a kind of a life and death situation. He doesn't know at what time he may die or at what time he will be killed. Yeah. And this fear was so overcoming on him that he was seeing only death every moment. It's like Maharaj in last Sunday class he was giving the example. Yeah, Guru Prasad Maharaj was giving that everyone in this world are in anxiety. Yeah, everyone in this world are anxiety, in fear, and lamentation. That is the innate nature where we are living. Yeah, and in that nature, what is the anxiety? Is something like, is it obligatory? No, it's a voluntary. If we want to take that fear, we can take. If we don't want, we can. But we need to know how to avoid that anxiety. Yeah, it is just like the birds. The birds um, are just seeing all around when they are eating every grain, yeah, or whatever they can find. But always they have an eye who is watching and who is going to attack me, and that sense of fear is there, not only in the birds, also in humans and also in Vanaras. And here, Sugriv was so much because he was threatened to death by his own brother. Yeah. He was threatened to death by his own brother, which is very pathetic situation. Who wants to have a fight with his or her brother? No one wants. Uh, it's a family, which means sharing, caring, and loving. All these are in what do you call integral elements of a family environment. But fighting is not. mm, there shouldn't be kind of enmity between brothers, but yeah, we see that even in Treta Yuga the situation was, yeah, we see there is enmity. Of course, when we were going through the wonderful Balakanda, when we are going to Ayodhya Kanda, we didn't see such an enmity. Why? Because Ram and his brothers are one. They love each other more than all these differences, more than these petty things. So there was no conflict. There was no conflict between Ram, Bharat, between Lakshman, Bharat. Everything was normal. Yeah, but when it comes here, we see that we are coming into Vanaras. Yeah, and in English, literally translating, it means that uh, Va means it's a kind of a questioning. Is it Naras? Nara means humans. Yeah. So these beings, are they really human? Why such a question is coming? Huh? Of course, we can simply say that they are of monkey species. No, they are not. They are not vanaras. I mean, they are not what do you call monkeys? Yeah, but they are wonder monkeys. Why? Because they are more cultured and more advanced in monkeys. Why? Because they have special abilities. They have the special power. They have special abilities of changing forms. They have this kama rupi uh, power, mystic power through which they can take any form. And what form they take? They take the form of a human sometimes. Physically, they change themselves into human form, but the actions are still animalistic. That's it is said that Shakha, yeah, in Vedas, Shakhas, Vedas are also called Shakhas, and Vanaras, the monkeys are called in Sanskrit Shakha Mrigas. Shakha Mrigas means those who are hmm, the sages who take a form of of based on the Vedas. So sometimes they take a form of a human, sometimes they take a form of any other species. Why? Because they think that by becoming externally human, hmm, that people will give more respect. So ideally, if you see who are Vanaras, Vanaras are actually uh, the demigods who took the form of these to assist Ram, because Ram said, "Yeah, why it's only me all the time? I have to come alone and I have to serve you all. Why don't you also shed yourself some effort to gain your own benefit?" Hmm. So when Ram said that, okay, yeah, when demigods went and were telling to Ravana that, yeah, it's becoming very difficult to handle Ravan. Our condition is very bad. So please save. Ram was initially silent, and then after that, he said, yeah, let me, I mean, I will appear as Lord Ram in Ayodhya. But what you can already do is prepare the ground. Yeah, the time will come where you can assist me in the mission. So in that way, Vanaras are the demigods, hmm, and who have taken. So in that way, everyone should be assisting the Lord. But what happened is that some who are in contact with a bad association, who had who have bad friends uh, and bad influences, they have taken more extremity of an animalistic way of living and thinking, and one who is more kept to their real intention of serving the Lord, were more on the extremity of being more cultured and like humans. So that's why whenever some come across these vanaras, there is this question: Are they really monkeys or humans? Yeah, and yeah, who are on this extreme were like Hanuman, yeah, who are very well trained, the Kesar, um, Kesari, yeah, so many who are on the mode of goodness, but then who had bad association. Vali, who had yeah, friendship with uh, Ravan, and who had, though he was, yeah, though he is well positioned in following the Vedic rituals, but he was taking pride out of it. So this is what, when a demigod, or no, when someone is actively taking to this process of doing something repeatedly, regularly, then a sense of pride may create a problem. So Vali, who had the ability, who had the strength, who had the power of uh, embedded into him by his own father, Indra, uh, he became very, very powerful, but very powerful nature itself became more puffed up, and due to which Vali was, um, he wanted to win the name and fame for him. Huh? Though he had very nice morning program that he used to go to what is this? Hmm. Yeah, he used to go from north to south and east, west of each, I mean, all corners of India. He used to go to the each ocean. In that ocean, he used to perform Gayatri daily, yeah, during the Gayatri times and during Sandhya time. And then he used to return back to his place and then he used to do everything for his pleasure. Yeah. So on one side, he is a very dharmic, a very religious person. Wali was a very religious person in that sense because he was doing all the vidhis. But at the same time, he was very diplomatic, cunning, and strategic in how to expand his space and enjoy more and and fulfill his craving for becoming famous, popular, yeah, for what he is. Yeah, so this, and why not? Yeah, he had also the blessings of Indra. Yeah, when that he had the special, what is it called, a necklace, and this necklace is so powerful that if someone, his enemy, if he sees that necklace, if he comes in front of this necklace, then the other person's energy ceases and his energy doubles. Hmm? That is another added strength. And when one has so much strength and power and what do you call mystic powers, yeah, then one may simply get carried away that I am invincible, no one can conquer me, I am strong. So in that sense of feeling that Vali was, he was always, yeah, eager. If someone comes to challenge him, he's ready to beat, and if no one comes to challenge, he's ready to go to take up a challenge and write his name on that record. So in that way, Wali had so many records, and that records made him more ignorant of his own service, as a Vanara was to serve Lord Ram when he comes to do the Leela. But Sugriv was in the middle. Sugriv was not in that where he forgot his own self, how to behave, how to, what are the values of life. And he is also not expertly trained or well cultured and intellectual like Hanuman. So he was in the middle. And what happens when a man is in the middle is he is always in anxiety. It is something like, if we are talking about saintly persons, they have already left everything. They have no desire for material things. They have seen the truth as it is. They know what is the important thing in life is to serve the Lord. So they are not at all disturbed. They are not. They are very firmly fixed. They know what to do. Um, they are transcendentalists. They have realized, and they will attain success without any difficulty. Yeah. And then there is materialist. Materialist is someone who doesn't care about Lord. A materialist is so much interested of his own glory, of his own happiness. He doesn't see that there even does a Lord exist somewhere. He doesn't even know, and even if he exists, he doesn't care because we may have come across people who say that why to take shelter of Lord, why to become a bhakta, why to practice devotion? I am very happy. Things are going very happy. I don't think it is because of Lord everything is happening. Yeah. So materialist is in that extent, so he is not having any problem. It is only the devotees who are in the middle. Yeah. The faith. The faith of these extremities. One has no faith, one has full faith. They don't have any problem. But one who has the faith, which is fluctuating and fading, and yeah. So it depends on whose association we are, and accordingly that association will help one to go in that direction on the bar, whether to become more faithful or to become more faithless. So in this case, Sugriv's situation was very bad. He was in a very hopeless condition where his own brother, was his death personification coming. Even though Vali was not in front of his eyes, he was always feeling his presence. This is like a snake in a garden. When one has seen a snake in the garden, And of course the snake will not stay forever, that is not its house, right? It will just escape, yeah. But as and when the person visits that garden, he will always remember, here is, he will, his eyes are daunting, oh, the snake is on the left side, on the right side, or in that hole. So he's meditating on that. So when a person is in fear or when a person is in love, in both cases, even though the person is not present, he will feel the presence of that person. And in this case, Sugriv was having uh, um, this challenge that even though Vali was not there, but he, because it is his life and death situation, he was constantly remembering that, oh, Vali will come, my brother will come, and he will kill me. Yeah. So his anxiety, his fear was so much so that he uh, couldn't see anything else other than his brother, day and night, whether he is there or not. Yeah? And in that situation, Lord Ram comes in. Hmm? And when Lord Ram comes in search of Sugriv, yeah, um, Hanuman was sent because Sugriv was thinking, hey, from very far, from the top of this Rishimukha mountain, I see there are two um, humans coming. Huh? Are these two humans sent by Vali? Now, because he, of course, Vali is so prominent guy that he had so many friends in so many places. He has friends from so many kings. Maybe did he employ someone because he cannot come directly and kill me? Did he arrange these humans, these beings are coming only for that? And he was thinking, now I am doomed to death. Now nothing can save me. She was so much so that he was um, mm, uncontrollable in that situation. But Hanuman had very um smartly uh, convinced that why don't we no, it was Sugriv, yeah. When Hanuman said don't worry, yeah, it may be not the case, then Sugriv said Sugriv said, now then go in the form of what do you call, wanderer, Brahman, yeah. A Brahman, of course, he is very well educated, but at the same time he um, uh, is not at one place. Today we were talking about this Ghoshtanandis. So Hanuman was a Ghoshtanandi. He asked Sugriv asked him to go like that, and then he said, but very important, yeah, praise them so much so that in the praise they will forget and they will want to speak the truth. Huh? And in that truth, as soon as if you know that they are our enemies, let me know, I have to, yeah, I have to escape. Yeah, I'm ready with my, yeah, stands on hold, but as soon as if you tell me, then I will leave. So anyway, in short, because that is not the main essence, after Hanuman is identified by the Lord, yeah, because Hanuman was there to understand, to identify who are these, but Ram identified who is this Brahman, and he said, hey, you are Hanuma. And how did you know this? I can see a necklace around your neck. And no, but this necklace cannot be seen by anyone. Yeah, but then it was said that one who identifies you, your necklace, hmm, then he is your guru. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so in that way, Hanuman was identified, and Hanuman identified, and he understood that this is the case. And on the way, yeah, when Hanuman was bringing Ram and Lakshman onto the top of this Rishimukha Parvat on his shoulders, he was narrating all this, what happened, who is this Sugriva and who is Vali. Yeah, Sugriva is the son of sun god, Vali is son of Indra. No, did I say? Sugriv is son of sun god, Vali is son of Indra. And he started narrating who are their fathers in this Leela. Uh, Riksharaj took care of these two sons. So in that way they are brothers. But there was a dispute. Uh, a dispute between brothers is um, because of the situation, yeah, where now Sugriv is totally in the situation that he has no shelter, and then the only shelter is here that he is living. And then after knowing all this, and also after Kabanda said that make friendship, or Shabari also said to make friendship with Sugriva, so Ram was there, and Ram was not just thinking, okay, by making a friend of Sugriv, yeah, I will solve my problem. Yeah, usually always we are in this mode, right? Of course, Ram was in need of help. Hmm. If you see that, yeah, he's searching, he want to know where is Sita, and only two people, how long can they walk, how far they can go, and uh, but yeah, so he came, and then after genuinely understanding the situation of Sugriv, then Ram is sealing uh, a bond of friendship with Sugriv. Yeah. So here we see that yeah, after knowing who is Sugriv, yeah, when Ram is sealing the friendship bond, then Lakshman was thinking, why? What could be the reason? Why are we seeking support of Sugriv rather from the story what Hanuman was telling? Vali is very strong. Yeah, when Bali is so strong, then he has the army, he has the strength, and he also knows. Uh, mm, uh, why didn't Kabanda or Shabari say to get in touch with Wali? This was the question that Lakshman was having, and yeah, then Ram started saying the reasons why Sugriv was more fit for friendship. So these are the qualities. So to say that what are the qualities that are needed to have to 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 make someone our friend? Yeah, if someone do not care, do not value a friendship, then there is no need. Yeah, just if one would have gone to Wali, he would say, "Hey, I don't care. I am not a guy to have interested in all. Whatever I want to win, I can win on my own." There is no feeling of extending relationship. uh, so people like that, one need not establish friendship. So so in that way, Lakshman was asking or thinking, and then Ram was telling what is the reasons why he would prefer Sugriv, yeah, and that too he sees why they have asked, yeah, to get in touch with Sugriv is the right thing. The first thing is that he's in this situation. He's not like Wali, where he was hmm, puffed up. uh, he thinks he can do everything on his own, so that is his strength. But that was not the only qualification that is needed, yeah, to win friendship. It should be that one should humbly accept each other, serve each other. That should be the spirit that, anyway, Wali didn't lack, didn't have. And the second thing, I mean, and on the other side, we see Sugriv has this tendency that he very openly admitted what are his shortfalls, what is the um, um, what is his genuine situation. Yeah, he openly told, you know what, I mean, in this conversation that went between Ram and Sugriv, Sugriv told everything very openly, and this is the simplicity that is very important in friendship. When one has the simplicity, not to hide, because usually friendship sometimes we see as a business. What is the friendship means? If I do to you something, you should do something to me. So better I take everything from you by doing, by getting from you. When my turn comes, I will hide my true unwillingness to help you. So that is a business attitude. It's not a friendly attitude. So friendship with duplicity is business. So in this case, Sugriv had the simplicity where he was just telling that his situation, like, okay, this is my brother. I am now striving or suffering to save my life. My wife is taken away. I'm kicked out of the kingdom. Huh? Very openly, he's telling. Yeah. So that was one reason, and I mean, prefer I yeah, one sec. Yeah, and then the other reason is that he is having such a great counselor. Who is that? Yeah, he has Hanuman with him. So before Ram is in the picture, Sugriv already is in the association of good people. Yeah, so he had a good counselor, though of course Sugriv was scared and he was um, worried, and all those things are there because of his weaknesses. But still, he was practicing. He was being counseled by Hanuman. So Hanuman is on his side. Now this is one thing, and Sugriv's simplicity. Then yeah, is also son of sun god. Yeah, and sun god, basically the nature, if from astrological point of view, inspires one um, to help, to help others, to so that is also a quality which fits for a friend. Yeah, and then he's about pure, although disrespectful and insensitive as a vanara can be. Hmm? Insensitive, yeah, insensitive is one thing that can very easily create problems. And what happened in the case of Sugriv was, when Ram and Lakshman, they were dropped or landed on the Rishimukha Parvat. Yeah, Sugriv, of course, yeah, he came in the disguise as a human. Yeah, and to welcome Ram and Lakshman, and he offered seat to Ram only, and he was sitting next to him, but he was not respecting Lakshman. He was thinking Lakshman, yeah, not as sensitively as Ram in honoring him, and yeah, but that is insensitivity needs treatment. Yeah, this insensitivity is something very dangerous, because then we do not know how are others' feelings, how is the other person to be taken care, and in that we may commit offense. And knowingly, unknowingly, we may commit offense or disrespect others. But though Sugriv had done that, but very important is he was very pure. The simple and pure, and this is the qualification that are needed to extend a hand of friendship. And Ram, he once he commits that someone is his friend, then he is ready to accept all the troubles or problems of that. Yeah, so in that way, Sugriv, Ram being sent to Sugriv for friendship was very nice. Why? Because on the other hand, Vali had this weakness that he is a dominating leader. He had a lot of autocracy, um, that as a warrior, yeah, he was always thinking he's a great leader and he can do everything on his own. Yeah, and then the next thing is also the disqualification is that he himself has kept his brother's wife in his captive. So this is something like similar to Ravana. What Ravana did also is that he had captured, yeah, uh, Sita, who is Ram's wife. Yeah, so in the same situation, then what will Vali will do? Even though he has power, he will not have interest. He will not do the right thing. Uh, and even um, by making Vali his friend, he will not be in a position to punish for what he has done. So that is another reason why uh, Ram, yeah, is sent to Sugriv. Yeah, and then Vali had so much overconfidence, so that is also not good, because overconfidence can only lead to failure. Yeah, so So, and on top of all this, he was cursed by Matanga Rishi, which means whatever his strength is there, all that strength will become weak because of a curse of a saintly person. So, in that way, yeah, all these are all disqualifications that Lakshman understood that yes, Sugriv, but still he had doubt. He still had doubt. Why Sugriv? Why not Hanuman? To make why everyone were telling to make Hanuman Sugriv. I mean, they were telling Ram to make friendship with Sugriv, not Hanuman. That is also clarified. Why? Because when Mother Sita was abducted, when Mother Sita was on this Pushpaka Vahan, when Ravan was taking away, at that time Mother Sita very quickly has bound some ornaments, and these ornaments, what she did, she quickly made a pouch and she dropped it, and it fell exactly where um, Sugriv was there. Yeah, of course, there were these three other Vanaras, but this landed exactly in front of the grass where Sugriv was standing, and he very well know that Mother Sita um, is a very intellectual person. It cannot be that it can happen by accident, or maybe that some thing was happening due to which these ornaments came and fell down. No, this was properly packed, and these were landed such a way that they didn't break. Yeah, so it's definitely well thought, and in that well thought, what has happened is that this pouch has fell in front of uh, Sugriva. This also shows that Mother Sita has blessed Sugriv in in this way. Yeah. Otherwise, why it has to fell there only? And yeah, when these all things came, then Lakshman was very much convinced. mm, the background why Ram and Sugriv have um, prepared or planned for this friendship. Yeah, because Ram was eager to um, help out his friend. Yeah, and he said, what are all your problems are my problems from now on. And I mean, this is again a friendship, uh, a culture of friendship is not to take away everything from a friend, but to always give to the friend. Yeah, and here he said, all your problems I take it. Usually taking is not recommended, but here a friend is taking away the problems and difficulties and anxieties of the other friend, so that he is making sure that his friend is um, happy. And but Ram was not convinced that he started asking, can you tell me, can you please tell me, why should I nevertheless kill Wali? Hmm. Friendship is all good. Yeah, we both are friends now. But I am not yet convinced from what I have so far heard. Why should I kill Wali? And then Sugriv was, yeah, broke out. He was singing, how come you are asking this question even after hearing everything? You heard that he took away my wife. You heard that he kicked me out of the kingdom. Uh, you heard that Matanga Rishi had cursed. Uh, in spite of hearing everything, don't you think that he should be punished? Huh? But Ram, he said, yeah, it's very, very important that uh, if I know better, because till now, what is the information you have given doesn't qualify Wali to be killed. Doesn't qualify that Wali should be killed. So explain further. Yeah, so explain further why should he be killed? Yeah, and now Ram is saying as a friend, yeah, if what you have committed, and if it is a small uh, issue, let's fix it. Uh, not killing Wali. If something can, I mean, last option is to kill someone. If something can be mitigated peacefully, negotiated, I am ready to do that. And Sugriv explained about what happened, that once there was this Dundubi who came and who was killed in the hands of Vali, and this Dundubi, when he is dead, he fell on Matanga Rishi, who cursed him that he cannot enter land on Rishimuka Parvat. That is all fine. But then what happened is, after some time, mm, Mayavi, yeah, if I'm wrong, if I'm correct, Mayasura, brother, no, son, or Dundubi's son, he came. Yeah, Gaurav Prabhu, what is his name? Mayavi, right?
Dundubi's brother is Mayavi.
Mayavi, correct. So Mayasura's son. Yeah.
Yes,
Or
Prabhu.
Mayasura's and Hema's son, Mayavi, who want to take revenge because his brother was Dundabi was killed. So he came and he started challenging. And Mayavi was so clever. Yeah, Mayavi itself means that one who is very mystic and intellectual in 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 conducting shrewd acts. Yeah, so he tempted Vali to come in the mid of the night, or yeah, in the late night, uh, for a fight. Yeah, that is the time where usually one is busy after full day work, engaged, yeah, in intoxication. Wali was totally with Tara, and Mayavi also, yeah, wanted. Yeah, there was the time where mm, mm, Wali and Mayavi shared. Yeah, wanted to marry the same girl, but it didn't happen. So Mayavi had another reason why to take a revenge or punish Wali. So he very cleverly took the right time. He attracted Wali to come, and then after Wali came, then he started running away, and Wali was chasing. And when Wali was chasing, finally, um, he came to see that this Mayavi entered into a burrow, into a cave, like a hole which can go, yeah, very down into the earth. Yeah, so in that way he found uh, mm, a way to attract Vali. All the time, Sugriv was Sugriv was not convinced why Mayavi is doing all this, because the actions, the timing, and the way he was doing. Sugriv was always in senses that this is something, a trap. Yeah, and then he was trying with, because no one dared to speak to Wali. He was just so powerful and commanding, and then but nevertheless Sugriv was telling, and finally both of the brothers were at the burrow, and then Sugriv was asked to stay back. He said, you stay here. Yeah, you stay here. Why? There are multiple reasons why he wanted to go in. He didn't send his brother. He wanted the credit on his own. He didn't want to even share the credit with his brother of killing Mayavi. Yeah, and he took it so personal that he wanted to sort it out. Yeah, so he entered, but before entering, he said, "Yeah, I am going in. I don't know how long it may take. I may kill him soon, but if um, because this is dark, yeah. So if you see um, white fluid that will gush out of this hole, then understand that Mayavi is killed in my hands, and I'll come back. But if you see that red blood is coming out, then this means that yeah, I am gone. So you have to close this hole immediately and then return. Yeah, this was very hard for Sugriv, when he is hearing from his brother. And finally, the day, I mean, he was after one complete year, there was the moment where red blood was, when the moment when Sugriv wanted to see who was, yeah, what was happening, because it's already 1 year and there was a lot of sounds and screaming and shouting going on. He wanted to see, yeah, maybe his brother's voice is the only voice which is different. All others are from demons, so, or assistants of Mayavi, yeah, Danavas. So he wanted to go and protect, but at the same time, yeah, he started seeing red blood coming out. So he just followed what his brother said, and he was thinking, oh, that it's so horrible that his brother is no more. And he returned to his kingdom, and he was just silent for quite some time. And after the ministers came to know that Vali is no more, and kingdom is important, there should be a leader, and they have everyone elected Sugriv as the king. So then obviously while he was ruling, yeah, why? Because Angad was too young to become the king. So that's why Sugriv was ruling. And but unexpectedly, yeah, Vali came out alive. And then after coming out, he straight away saw what was happening was totally unacceptable from his standard, because he was assuming that um, yeah, his brother waits for him, whereas Sugriv, he was thinking, yeah, the kingdom without a king is dangerous, and he started taking the responsibility of the people and kingdom. So yeah, he didn't have hope, and that's why he came back and was ruling. But Sugriv, sorry, Vali came and he just snapped the crown on Sugriv head, and then Sugriv started explaining everything. That was his version, and then Vali was explaining everything. That was his version, and both had one thing in common: lack of patience. And because lack of patience, of waiting, or lack of patience of hearing to Sugriv, because of both have become rivals. Yeah. And then Vali kicked on Sugriv chest and asked him to leave. Yeah, and in spite of my pleading that I'm I'm ready to give the kingdom back to you. I mean, this is very much you deserve this king. You deserve the kingdom. Uh, but yeah, my brother was not in a mood to hear to my words. So in that way, to the extent Vali has kept my wife Roma with him. And then these are the four levels, yeah, of Vanara, who can eye on others, women, and can kick away the person. Yeah, so all these things Vali was doing, and due to which I am in this situation. And of course, still, mm, um, every moment, yeah, it's not that is not the end. Vali is still trying to come and kill me. That is the reason. That is the main reason. I mean, when Sugriv was explaining everything, yeah, there is a benefit of doubt on both sides. But when Sugriv was telling that Vali was still not satisfied, in spite of all this, he still has so much vengeance on me, and he always wanted to still kill me. Yeah, he is coming again on the Rishimukha Parvat, and every day 12 times a day he comes and hits me on my head with, and it's not an ordinary strength he had. He has very strong hands. Yeah, he used to thirst very hard on me. Of course, by the grace of Hanuman, now I am saved. That yeah, Hanuman, in the protection of Hanuman, Vali is not able to do this anymore. But yeah, wherever I'm seeing, I can see only that Vali is eagerly waiting to kill me. So because he wants to kill me, yeah, yeah, in spite of explaining everything, I have tried everything, explaining everything, and then he has kept my wife with him and wants to kill me. So that's why I want to see his end. Yeah. And then yeah, saying so, yeah, then he was looking to Ram, because he sees that his brother is so strong, and then he wants to know whether his friend is also fit for handling the situation. Yeah, because yeah, what is the use of a weak person as a friend where the problems can stay same like that? He was just curious. Such mighty person is my brother Wali. So I can you at least stand in front of him when um, yeah, when you want to kill him. This is something, of course, when one is in a friendship can openly ask. This is another see we see it's not just only the immaturity with which Sugriv is asking this question, but it is mainly because of his simplicity. Yeah, I mean the same immaturity is mainly the innocence and genuine concern of his own self that he wants to stay alive and he's seeing whether his friend can. It's not a trial and error. It is not that okay, let's try if Ram can save me. No, if it should be if they go to fight with Wali, then it should be a sure shot that Wali should be killed. Otherwise, this what problem is now will become many folds because Wali will have even more vengeance. He will have more to attack. Yeah, so that's what. And then of course Ram very patiently, yeah, because he understands the genuine concern of his friend. It's not doubting his character. It's not insulting him. He sees that the need here is that my friend should feel comfortable, not confronted. So whatever confrontation was coming, Ram was very humbly, no, for very generously accepting, and then he proved himself that he is strong, that his friend need not panic anymore, that he can uh, uh, exterminate, Wali to death. So that's how did he do? I mean, in short, first there was this big uh, a lump of the skeleton of Dundubi uh, that was staying there, and Sugriv said, from 200 no, from 400 meters, yeah, when Wali has swung the body of Dundubi in the air, he swung, what do you call, he threw it and it fell here. So, which means, see how much strong is Wali. And then he saw what whether Ram can at least move this for 2 meters. Yeah, but Ram, with his right leg, he gave a small kick to the bones of or the skeletons, which swung into the sky. It went so high that this huge, gigantic body of Dundubi, yeah, this skeleton, it went so high that as if their bones are not visible anymore. It went so high, and when it fell on the ground, made a thunderbolt. Lot of dust came up. So that heavy was the skeleton, and in spite of that, uh, Ram very easily has, yeah, mm, accomplished one. Yeah, and the second test was anyway. We know the classic test of the seven trees. That Ram has shot one arrow, and all the seven trees uh, leaves fell down, and uh, and then Sugriv was convinced. Sugriv was convinced now that yes, I can now invite Wali for a fight. And this is what also Ram said. Now you can go invite. Is there anything else you want me to prove? I'm happy to prove you my strength. And of course, my strength. I don't want to expose my strength to show off. But yeah, because you have asked, there is a need, and that's what Ram has demonstrated. And after this, yeah, they became prepared for the next when Ram asked Sugriv to invite Wali for a duel. And in that duel, what is happening? In the first duel, we all know this. That's why I'm kind of going faster. In that duel, what happens? Wali becomes victorious. Why? Ram, after some time, he simply walks away. After sometimes he simply walks away, and then somehow Sugriv escapes from Vali's hands, and then he comes to Ram and said, "Is that the reason why you have sent me first of all to face Vali? If you anyway will not going to kill Vali, why did you send me?" And this time Ram says, without knowing the reason, we should not, without knowing the intentions, we should not conclude something. And then Ram said that you and your brother looks alike. You both look same. You both look same. So that's why I was not sure, and I cannot take a risk. Shooting an arrow and killing a friend will stay forever. That, oh, so and so Ram, who made a friendly deal and then has killed him only. Huh? What will the history speak about it? And not only that, by killing you, the whole the mission of bringing back Sita or finding Sita and saving her uh, is at risk. And when that is at risk, it also means so many lives are at risk. Yeah, you know what will happen? The people in Ayodhya will not live. Even I myself. Yeah, so many things are connected to it. How can I shoot an arrow with so much uncertainty? Uncertainty. Yeah, and then you look similar, but then the Taru, he was saying, how come? But we are able to see a lot of difference between Vali and Sugriva. Yeah, so Hanuman explained Taru that from physical point of view, yeah, it is maybe the only one necklace, or yeah, is different, but there is so much, yeah, difference, so much similarities there between Vali and Sugriv in character. What is that? Uh, Even Sugriv, yeah, also needs purification. Yeah, just like, yeah, a person who is not yet trained needs proper training. So here, what one needs to be purified, and that purification was happening in the first round of battle, first round of duel. What was happening? He was beaten, so that he came to that more humble situation. Just like when we want to make chapati, what we do, we make dough and then we are beating it and making it very soft so that it's, or maybe not chapati. Let's talk about when one wants to make a nice um, uh, pot. Yeah, so the clay has to be very soft and it should be very nicely made. Uh, so here, what is happening? Whatever the um, yeah, this disrespect. If it was a disrespect to the Lord would forgive. But the disrespect that he has done to to Lakshman, yeah. So for that, that is the reason this scene happened where Ram was. What Ram said is, okay, there to make the Vali and Sugriv different. Lakshman, please offer a garland around Sugriva's neck. Yeah, so that then it will differentiate Sugriv from Vali. But this differentiation is not only physical differentiation that Ram is doing. He is making a situation so that Sugriv first of all gets purified for what all he um, has done, yeah, so that he understands, yeah, that one should be very pure and lead a very noble life. This is one thing, and second thing is that one should know to respect Vaishnava, yeah, here, or respect intellectual people or great people. So here what happened is, when Lakshman was offering the garland, then Sugriv has bowed down. Yeah, it's logical, right? When someone is offering a garland, we bow down, so that in that way, uh, Sugriv has accepted forgiveness from Lakshman, and Lakshman also has accepted him, yeah, by offering a garland. It's okay, and in that way both the things are now, uh, so now there is no more similarity with Vali, yeah. So then in the second round, when the war was happening, within no time already this garland was teared into pieces, and then everyone were in anxiety, because again the same situation, who is Vali, who is Sugriv, uh, who is Vali and who is Sugriv. But now Ram very well knows, yeah, who is Sugriv and who is Bali. And then when Sugriv was literally, yeah, in the last moment where Vali has holded his head and was ready to turn and break his head, at that time a arrow came and hit Vali, and this arrow pierced into the chest, and then Vali is dead. Yeah. So in that way, Ram has shown, uh, proved his role of friendship by removing uh, mm, the obstacles and by removing the anxiety, fear that Sugriv had. Yeah. And then he asked Sugriv to rule over the kingdom and to make Angad as the prince. Yeah, to take back his wife. So all these things happened, uh, and that way Ram kept his promise as a friend. And I mean, we don't have much time, but Sugriv also committed his life. Not only his life, his whole army. He made sure that he spotted where Mother Sita is, and then not only just finding is one thing, but actually going there and building a bridge and crossing over the bridge, crossing over the ocean, reaching Lanka and fighting fighting against the huge mighty army of Ravan. Yeah. And yeah, so in that way, Sugriv has also kept his mm, promise of friendship with Ram by being with him in every moment and supporting him. Yeah, though there were instances where, because of simplicity, because of lack of um, i- thorough, thorough, what do you call, discrimination, he ended up in uh, going and hitting Ravan to bring his crown. But Ram still, yeah, understood it as him as his friend, and he didn't take it as a serious offense and broke the friendship relationship with Sugriv. hmm. But he accommodated the shortfalls of Sugriv, and they both have shown the world how a great friendship should look like. Yeah. In that way, we see that in in Ramayana as part of Sakhyam. Yeah. Sugriv and Ram both. Yeah, because in Sakhyam there is it's a level of peer. Those who grieve is still on a devotee or a demigod level. Ram is on a lord or a human level. Yeah. Nevertheless, Ram has come down a step, and he made sure that he came to the level of Sugriv in helping out him and understanding him, hmm, and um, serving a friendly relationship. Okay, I'll stop here. Yeah, maybe Gaurav Prabhu, I think I have gone quite fast in narration of, but maybe there might be some more interesting details. If you want to share, you can share. Anyone else also, feel free.
Yes, Prabhuji, it was very nice. Yes, all these pastimes, yes, to hear from you. I really like the last point that you said that Lord, yes, he never broke the friendship with Sugriva, although so many shortfalls coming from Sugriva's side. But yes, Lord always, yes,
Yeah,
played very
yeah.
nice
Every one of us
friendship.
want friendship, but when we do not know the rules of friendship, yeah, winning a game of friendship is very difficult. Yeah,
Yes, Prabhuji.
yeah,
Thank you, Prabhuji, for very nice explanations. All Hare
yeah.
Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Chandanagaru, how did you find today's session? You want to add anything? Yeah, I think it's Venkat Raman is Chandana, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, namaste, sir. It's really wonderful. I just listening to your words, and I'm just imagining those things. I'm so glad to be in here. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anything
Hare
you want to
Krishna.
add?
I'm not a right person to say such things, sir.
No,
I'm
I
just
mean,
learning these things.
no. Even we are also just sharing. Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah, and that itself shows your great appetite for hearing Ramayana and also Bhagavad Gita and the scriptures. Yeah, very much appreciative.
Thank you, sir.
Radhika Mataji, Radhika Mataji. Yeah,
Krishna.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
it's good to hear this uh, Sugriva, the Kishkinda Kanda, especially. There are many things to learn in this part,
Yeah.
right from the etiquette and
Mm.
how to, though Sugriva, how he tests even the Lord, how much purity we need within ourselves to go through. We are not that eligible, but still we try to even test him. It's always always very good to hear it again and again. This part, I somehow like it. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And yeah, when you are saying that, then the other meaning of Vanara, yeah, one is not just a question mark, are they humans or monkeys? But actually, Vanara is Vah, we know means great, your greatness. Vah Nara are these people are very special. Naras, yeah. So these Naras or these beings are so special. Why? Because they are serving the Lord. Yeah. So that is also another meaning of Vanara, and which means Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas are the one who are serving the Lord. Yeah, and they're very special. So that is also another meaning uh, given by acharyas, that why they are called Vanaras, because they are Vaishnavas. They are serving the Lord. Yeah, right from where we saw that they were searching for where is Mother Sita. Yeah, even to that extent they were almost starving to death. Yeah, and people who were not dead, they were thinking, okay, I cannot go back to my king, giving up sad news that I didn't find, so better to give up my body. We see the spirit of the so much that they are really searching for Mother Sita, and they do not want to be cause of displeasure of the Lord. That is one thing. And then after, of course, now we may think, okay, building a Setu Bandhan is so easy. No, in those days it's not so easy. So it was them who have taken up that. Yeah, they are the army of the Lord. They are really the hands of the Lord, and then they have achieved. Yeah, and in a deeper sense, the meaning also, as we were telling the Upamana yesterday, that Mother Sita, who is considered as in the form of a jiva. Yeah, how did the jiva come to the Lord? It was through Vanaras. That is the main reason. I mean, the Kishkinda Kanda is so much glorified mainly for that reason, because it is about that great beings. This whole part is talking about who have brought the jiva back in contact with the Lord, like a spiritual master. Yeah? It is indeed the spiritual master is going and in search of these who have forgotten the Lord and who was suffering. Yeah, going back to this episode where Mother Sita has a desire for this golden deer, and then she got up into trouble, and then she was brought, and so all these things, if we just put shoes of a devotee there, one who left the kingdom of God, one who left the association of God, who is the one to be mm, the instrument to connect? It is the Vanaras. Without the Vanaras, just imagine what would be the situation.
Yeah, difficult.
Yeah, without, so that is also how it is seen that Vanaras are true Vaishnavas who are eagerly serving the Lord so that the jivas can be brought who lost their track to bring them back on track. That's why they're called such a great naras, such a great beings. That's why they are called vanaras.
Yeah, nice, Prabhuji. It's nice to know again more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, when you were saying the glories of Kishkinda, yeah, this is also I thought to add.
Yes. Thank you,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you. Are there any other points or questions anyone have before we close?
Prabhuji, thank you very much for these nice sessions in these last last days that we are hearing. Very nice, all these kathas in such a short time. You are narrating each and every main points of Ramayana. Thank you for these, Prabhuji. And
No, I mean, it's my
if
blessing.
tomorrow will be also from the temple. Will it be there on the page or?
Tomorrow I'm thinking of doing this session in the morning at 9 o'clock. We will not do the Bhagavad Gita session. Instead of that, we will do the 9th session of Navavida Bhakti. And then at least we are done with this series of 9 sessions. By God's grace, we have done the Bhagavad Sapta already. 7 days we have done daily. And so I am happy that we managed to do it. Thanks for joining also. And today was the 8th session. Tomorrow will be the 9th session. And tomorrow I am thinking of doing at 9 o'clock. After that, we are done. Then I don't know if in the temple, if someone of us, if who is there, may do a live streaming about the class that will be given. But that is the reason I didn't want to make the 9th session in the temple. So as part of the temple program, I want to keep it separate.
What is tomorrow? What will be the topic in the temple? It will be whole Ramayana session, or
I haven't got time yet to think, but of course it will be Ram Katha only. But it will be a general overview or the essence of what we should take rather than telling the whole story. In half an hour, 1 hour, it would be more I am thinking of mainly presenting why we should look back to Ramayana. That is the main theme of the class tomorrow.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, let's see. I have not yet thought about it, but yeah, so everything is just happening on fly, so I'm just seeing what is best possible. Because until yesterday, I was not sure. I think when Rahul Prabhu was talking, I was thinking, okay, what about tomorrow on Sunday? I was not sure. But then the temple called up and said, okay, please give class. So.
Yes, wish you also in advance happy Ram Navami.
Thank you. Wish you all the same. Yeah, wish you all the same in advance. I hope all these 8 days have helped us to have increase the taste for Ram Katha and Ramayana and to apply that in our life. It is not just a story, or it's not like, okay, I have never heard these great things or new things. It is not craving for knowledge, but it is actually seeing how I can take at least one of these, apply in my life, attain happiness, peace, and success. So that is the main interest. That is why we are doing this Ram Katha. Okay. Then see you all tomorrow 9 o'clock. Vanchakalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.